But what was your first car payment?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Gosh, it was a new base model, standard cab, 4-cylinder, 5-speed Toyota truck. And most people were dropping those Toyotas. Remember the Toyotas?
Right.
They were the mini truck drop?
They were
And
cool.
I bought a 4x4. I thought it was the coolest thing since sliced bread. I think my payment was $82.
My first payment was an F-150, okay? It was a 1978 Lariat.
Wow.
And it was, the single or two-door, right? And I had a $68 a month payment.
Oh, the days, man. Can't even put gas in the tank for that now.
Not even, man.
I mean, really, you're $125 at least in an F-150.
Just think how much things have changed,
I mean, the first F-150 I ever sold, late 80s, early 90s, was a standard cab, 6-cylinder, manual transmission, which you can't even get in an F-150 anymore. It was glorious. It was awesome.
Yeah, but what's great about the sticks?
Yeah.
They're millennial proof. They can't steal your car.
Yeah, millennial proof.
Au contraire, gentlemen. I am driving a stick with the e-brake on in the parking lot right now.
With the e-brake on.
You're the only one.
I love it.
I can't trust my first gear too much. She got a few miles on it. It's a little rattly.
Yeah.
The other benefit too with that manual transmission is with a dead battery, you could still start your own car
absolutely.
without waiting for a tow truck.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so much I love about the manuals too. Is like, I don't have to replace transmissions. I mean, that thing will last me so long.
Agreed.
Forever.
I can control my gas mileage so well.
You might replace a clutch, but not a transmission.
And that's only if you're heavy on the clutch.
And then it's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've earned that bill.
I think it was like $7,900 brand new. First truck I sold. So it's less than $8,000, man.
But then again, if you look at it, that's what our parents paid for their house.
Right. Oh, no, yes.
So, guys, we've got this beautiful, what year is this? Is it a 2023?
2023,
Okay.
yeah.
When are the 24s rolling out? Probably in
We're
25?
still trying to keep the 23s going right now. I would say to you by the end of the year, we might be looking at the 24s imminent with the incoming of the year.
Maybe a few.
Yeah, 2024.
So tell me a little bit about this one.
Well, what we have here is the Avalanche Gray, 2000.
Beautiful color, guys.
Yeah, very unique, exclusive in Raptor in terms of there's only 3 years that they did the color, and it's a 2023 Ford Raptor. It's an 802A package, which means essentially fully loaded, moon roofs and navigations and safety features, leather. There are 2 interiors. You can get the Recaro blue Miko suede interior, really nice blue complementary feel. It's really unique.
Right.
Or black leather, and it's personal preference. They're both dynamite. They both look great. They both feel great. I would say this, if you're more into the sport run and feel, you go with the Recaros. And if you like maybe a little bit, midlife like myself and a little more luxury, then you go with the black leather because those are soak in like a recliner.
Well, Recaro seats were always kind of fit tight to you.
Yeah, the kidney support definitely supports the kidney.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem is I got a little more in the kidney.
Don't need that support in the kidneys. But guys, you get into these things now, and Villa Ford of Orange, they've got a lot of trucks, guys, and they really specialize in that. And this seems like, you get into my Bentley and you're getting into the same thing, but a pickup truck. It's crazy.
That's what wows me about pickup trucks today. Just as much as we were talking about how manual transmission is gone in pickups, the interior is so nice. I mean, you put a long bed on a luxury sedan, and you're driving and hauling like you never were before.
Yeah, agreed. Posh. The word posh comes to mind. Well, very nice.
There was something that Jeff was talking about earlier. We opened up the back door, and it's flat in back. So if you had to, you got your own camper right here.
Yeah, for sure. When Ford got rid of the transfer case bump that all of our competitors still have, it really created a usefulness for both the ability to sleep overnight if you needed to, but also loading stuff into the back of the truck really opened up the entire interior of it. It's amazing the difference that 4-inch hump stops what you can load.
So if you're going to steal television from one of those stores, you need to get a Raptor because it'll fit right in there.
Max efficiency for the the store thief.
For the load.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You always see them in the YouTubes where they're trying to steal a TV and put it in the car and it doesn't fit.
Right.
know?
Yeah. No.
This one, guys, it'll fit. But you're going to have to buy this sucker.
You don't even have to run out with just single Bud Lights anymore. You can go cases on cases now.
Yeah, right. And really maximize the cases, top to the bottom, but not Bud Light.
No, we're not doing Bud Light.
Whatever you want. Grab whatever you want.
No.
It's on the house. Go for it.
Understood.
Yeah.
It's on the house.
It's on the house. That's
It's on
right.
the house. We drink everything.
Yeah. Go ahead, take the Bud Light. That's
We don't
fine.
care what's on the can.
So tell me a little bit about the engine on this thing and the mileage and really what's the best use for this kind of truck?
Yeah, no, great that you brought that up. I had it on my mind, hoping you'd ask. So this bad boy is a 3.5 liter high output V6 turbo, 450 horsepower, 510 foot-pounds of torque. It is best in class. One of the unique things Ford did in that theme of, Ford versus Ferrari and the GT, I think they learned it there, was with the invention or creation of the Raptor when it first came out, they said, look, let's go win the Baja. Let's go win the most grueling off-road race that everybody's in. And most people don't realize that most of the competitors of the Baja don't finish. No. It ain't about how fast you finish that race. It's if you finish the race. They went there, they won it, they conquered the world, the rest is history. Boom, the Raptor's born, right? And so from that iteration, that was the 6.2 liter V8 at the time, 8 miles per gallon to parlay into your next round there. This 3.5 is rated currently with this 10-speed transmission, man, at 18 miles per gallon, real number. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, and that's feedback after people have been driving it on-road, off-road, up-road, down-road.
And really what makes that happen is that 10-speed transmission, right?
You know what? They say it's flawless. Let's give GM a little credit when Ford and GM worked together initially on the transmission, right?
Right.
Ford took that and expanded it and perhaps would argue made it better. But this 10-speed transmission is like the last thing on the truck that breaks, causes issues, has any problems. Endurance is key with this truck. It's imperative that, for the most part, this truck is on the road. And it runs well, and it wants to run.
The old Ford 150s, F-150s, and I've had quite a few of them, and 250s, and 550, and you name it, but I've had them all. Man, I never had any trouble with any of my Fords. None.
F-150, F-Series. F-Series has been the number one selling automobile in the world for 46 years. Wow. I just find that awesome saying it. I've been selling Fords for 30 plus. And the F-Series truck has been the number one selling nameplate in trucks for 45 years. Amazing.
We had Adam, we had Cheeto in here the other day.
Yeah, talking about his favorite Hot Wheels cars.
Well, yeah, and he's a UFC wrestler and
Right on.
fighter, and he drives an F-150.
Nice.
What was it, an 96?
Yeah. It was like the big wide body cherry red. The thing is so classic. Yeah.
Love it.
And
Love
he said his dad grew up farming in Ecuador. And his dad always had F-150s as well. And he just remembered like seeing that car and that taking him home. And now he gets to take it home with him every day.
Well, back in the day, not so much today, but back in the day, anything went wrong with that, I mean, you could get parts, no problem. We get it fixed and back on the road like that,
Change your own spark plugs, oil,
Yep.
anytime. But, your distributor cap was right there on top. You could actually kind of learn just a little bit and be able to do your own deal.
But the new ones,
Not so much.
you got to plug in the computer.
Gonna need a technician.
Yeah.
Better if it just doesn't break, because if it does, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
No.
But they don't break, guys.
No, not often. So
You guys got to come down to Villa Ford and check out their Raptors. If you're looking for a good deal on a truck, Orange County, you got to go to Villa Ford of Orange.
When's the best time, Jeff, to come down and check out the Ford Raptors?
and we're doing the drive-a-thon on May 19th, 10 to 4.
May 30th.
May 30th. See how hard it is to remember that
10
day?
to 4.
Son of a bitch, that day just... it's really... You know why? Because May 30th isn't the end of the month. I'm a sales guy. I
Right.
think in terms of there's 2 closeouts a month, the 15th and the end of the month, and I know May is a 31-day month. 30 just doesn't offer anything significant to me.
It does to you guys. So
May 30.
go to Villa Ford of Orange, go to their website, sign up, and you can drive one of these bad boys.
Yeah. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll have product specialists on site, share the details about the vehicle, and you feel the ride.
This Mach-E is just going to be making your breakfast.
There's a lot of things it can do now, and it's scary, and it is. And to couple that, not to get off track, but you're hearing all kinds of things about AI, right? What artificial intelligence can do, and what people are alerting people of, and saying, hey, maybe it can already do too much. And I hate to go to the movie Terminator, but they kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
Be careful what you create, man. It'll be smarter than us in a minute, because we're not all that smart sometimes.
Now, Jeff, getting back to Blue Cruise, you said you haven't heard from a lot of guys that they want to stop driving. Have you spoken to yourself in the mirror after a few bourbons?
Yeah. I think that's a fair, I'm still programmed to hit Uber, you know what I mean? So I hadn't really thought of it as I'll get in my car, because the disclosure on the Blue Cruise and Tesla as well is, there are scenarios where it'll say, take back control of driving the car.
Right.
Well, after bourbon, I'm not in control of anything.
No.
I mean, when you have those nights where pizza, beer, emphasis on the beer, whatever, it does need to drive you.
You're still going to get the D, U, and the I.
Right. Although, I am a little challenged. My last Uber was an Indian guy that wouldn't shut up. We probably don't want to put that in our
You
tape.
guys made a great couple.
He talked a lot. Yeah, no, we had it nailed. I was definitely dribbling myself.
I did have an Uber a couple months ago who blacks were the only thing available, so I just ran up the bill on the credit card one night. But he did
Nice.
show me the self-driving features on his Tesla that I was in, and being in the back seat almost made me more nervous because I didn't know how relaxed he was going to get with what I was kind of paying him to do.
True that.
Yeah. The technology is, it's advanced.
It's spooky a little bit.
It is. And the other thing is it's generational.
Yeah.
It's a general, you and I are of the age where, maybe we're perhaps potentially, I hate to say it out loud, maybe we're a little resistant to some of that new technology versus our younger generation is more embracing of it. And so, there's that.
Well, you know me. I like these big, fast race cars that are loud.
Yeah,
Right?
right, yeah.
But you get into this baby, and it just takes off on you.
And it's silent doing it. Now, to make a case for the Mach-E, your phone call quality is going to be much better than any car with a big block. Right. It's silent, literally. And the stereo quality just went up without having to spend the money on premium sound because the car is silent. So those are the advantages, I guess, if in addition to others that we just don't have. I mean, I remember when you used to take off, I had a 1974 Capri 4-speed that I took the muffler off so it would sound better.
Absolutely.
As that sounds better. But
We all poked holes in those mufflers back in the day, believe me.
Hilarious.
So when should people get on down to Ford, Villa Ford that is, and check out that silent Mach-E?
Yeah, for sure. So both the upcoming sale, obviously, we're going to have several vehicles to drive, and you can check out the Mach-E yourself at Villa Ford over Memorial Day, and come check out that silent, smooth, no-gas ride.
Guys, before you go get that Tesla, you got to check out the Mach-E. It's awesome. We'll see you at Villa Ford.